Following more breaking news now at noon, Daniel Penny just pled not guilty to charges in connection to that deadly chokehold death of Jordan Neely aboard the F train in Manhattan. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett live in Lower Manhattan at the courthouse with what we know this noon. NJ.
And that's right, Mike. The grand jury indicted Daniel Penny on manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide charges. Yes, he pleaded not guilty at his arraignment here, and his lawyers insisted he will ultimately be exonerated. So Penny left Manhattan criminal court surrounded by bodyguards. He slipped into a waiting SUV, saying nothing to reporters. But he told NYPD detectives at the time that he wrestled Jordan Neely into a chokehold after Neely burst onto a subway train and began ranting, throwing trash, and threatening riders. Neely would lose consciousness and would later be pronounced dead. His supporters say Neely has a psychiatric history and had not harmed anyone on the train before he was subdued. Penny was arrested on manslaughter charges, but the grand jury added the lesser charge of criminally negligent homicide, which carries a minimum sentence of probation, Mike, leaving open the possibility that Penny could avoid jail altogether even if he's convicted on the lesser charge. Neely's supporters insist there's no justification for what Penny did. Penny's lawyers believe the trial jury will side with them.
Today, Daniel Penny entered a plea of not guilty with great confidence that a jury of his peers will ultimately agree by rendering a verdict of not guilty on all counts after trial. But Danny won't be the only one on trial. The right and duty to defend one another will be on trial too.
Daniel Penny killed a man. He took a life. And for everyone who thought donating $3 million would somehow make this go away or buy his pass, it's not going to happen.
Well, Penny remains free on bail at this hour. It is worth noting that the grand jury did not upgrade the charge to something more serious like murder. That may be because they were not asked to consider that charge, or that they considered it and rejected it. It's also worth noting and telling, perhaps, that they added a lesser charge, that charge of criminally negligent homicide, instead giving the trial jury an option to give him a conviction that does not carry necessarily a jail sentence. He could end up with probation even if he's convicted on that charge.